Find out how paid family leave could help 37% of unemployed Americans return to work sooner. How local heroes are helping Americans following the end of federal extended enhanced unemployment benefits, and the great news of political leaders demanding more unemployment benefits for millions of U.S. citizens. I know lots of you, yesterday was the last day, or maybe the day before, and maybe the day before that. So we're definitely in a bridge gap. We've been here before when we went from 600 to 300. But first, the recent survey from a bipartisan political center and morning consultant found that creating a national system for paid family leave could help unemployed Americans return to work sooner. The survey found 37% of unemployed Americans said they would return to work sooner if their employer offered paid family leave. Due to not having to choose between, well, work and, of course, what could be more important than work? Your family. Ben Gitz, Associate Director of Economic Policy at the Bipartisan Policy Center, explains, in this environment, I think it's important that parents and caregivers need a workplace flexibility. What this survey shows is that paid family leave can be an important piece of the equation. He also stated, quote, this is an issue that has a good amount of bipartisan support due to the fact that this helps supports families, improves the workforce attachment and growth to the economy, which is absolutely necessary, right? I'm all about paid family leave and hope that surveys like these can kick our lawmakers in gear somewhere to provide all Americans with the important employment bonuses through, paid family leave. Meanwhile, some local heroes in the great state of Minnesota are ensuring that tens of thousands of unemployed citizens still have access to vital food and nutrition following the end of federal extended enhanced unemployment benefits. As we covered I think it was 2 days ago, we covered other benefits that you can have access to if these benefits fall off, where you can go to look to make sure that you don't go without food or rent or a place to stay. Local organizations like Loaves and Fish, a nonprofit food bank, are making sure that thousands of Minnesotans still have food assistance for struggling citizens in the Gopher State. Make sure you reach out to all these different programs before you really need them. Get in touch, get in communication with them. Kathy Mess, the executive director of Loaves and Fishes, explains, quote, hunger has been here for a long time, and I see it still on the horizon. We serve meals to anyone who asks for them without asking any questions, end quote. She also stated, quote, pre-pandemic, the nonprofit served was about 1.3 million meals in 2019. In 2020, get this, the demand jumped to 4.4 million, 3 million more people. Well, we've been watching the numbers. They're all this year, and we're on pace to go over the 4 million number, end quote. Can you believe that? Over 4 million people in this year and last year. So the craziness, it ain't over, folks. It's incredible to see inspiring people, amazing people doing spectacular things with their communities. Essentially, when millions of Americans have been pushed off a cash cliff after the federal extended enhanced unemployment benefit expires, it's nice to see that there are people that still care. And finally, an influential political leader recently criticized lawmakers for ending the extended enhanced unemployment benefits. Former Labor Secretary Robert Rich explained on Twitter, quote, welcome to America, where lawmakers choose to kick 9 million jobless Americans off unemployment benefits on Labor Day during a global pandemic, end quote. He also asked, quote, please explain to me how lawmakers justify kicking 9 million jobless Americans off unemployment benefits starting today. President Biden's administration officially explained yesterday that, quote, they believe that the new federal assistance programs and an expected hiking surge in the fall would alleviate the impact of the worst affected. Very complicated, basically, to probably confuse you into not knowing what they're going to do, because they probably don't know. They're going to wait to see how people react to not getting unemployment, to see whether they should act. They look for our reaction, and then they react to our reaction. So stupid. Hopefully these new federal assistance programs can help the millions of Americans still in need of unemployment benefits as we round out one of the craziest years in history. Many states are coming forward and doing what they can. The federal government is definitely on notice and watching to see if something happens to the economy, to see if they should even lift a finger, because you know who's paying them, right? It ain't us. I mean, they take our taxes, but the ones who influence them are the ones that, get our money. So we'll see if they're able to influence them to get us, the people that are in the gap, filled. So if you haven't applied for your assistance, earn yourself a taco and some tequila. Apply today. In many states, in many areas, you still can claim unemployment benefits by visiting the UI website, uploading your employment history and identification documents. Fill out the application as generally as possible and to the best of your ability. Because the federal lift ended, it doesn't mean that unemployment is gone. For many people, especially if you're just starting, you still have probably about 26 or 27 weeks to collect unemployment. So if you're just now unemployed, or you've been unemployed for a month or so, or 2 months, and you forgot to file, or you're finding out you're not able to get work, it ain't too late. For being honest and truthful and answering some questions, you could get a backdated check, though, for the months that you missed, of $20,000. It's pretty incredible. And again, states are still putting out there. I'm sorry to report, though, the PUA is no longer currently operating at the moment, but hopefully our lawmakers can continue to provide unemployment funds to gig workers, self-employed independent contractors, 1099, and people with side hustles. They've talked about extending this program and that they should have it anyway. I don't know how they'll fund it if they do try and figure out how to put it in the system, because it's not how the system was set up. The system was set up, go to school, get a job, pay your taxes, retire, right? It wasn't set up, go to school, start a business, and or a side hustle and pay your bill. Yeah, it wasn't that way. It was get a job and take 30% of your income, and part of that went to unemployment. So, and then they gave it back to you. So, and then